Hey y'all, in this video I'm going to show you how to clean a turkey, more specifically how to remove the breast and the thighs here. Those are the biggest portions of meat that you're going to get out of a wild turkey. So the first thing that you're going to do is make an incision that runs all the way down the chest bone. It's going to go all the way down almost to the tail feathers and then all the way up to the beard. Once you have the incision fully made, we're going to cut along the edge of the breast, and then at some point we'll actually be able just to grab the feathers and pull it down to the side. I like to use the knife at first because there's a couple of parts here that are kind of like well connected, and if you just grab the feathers and start ripping, then your feathers will start falling out, getting all in that meat, and that becomes a bit of a painful process. So just use the knife at first, and then when you get a couple inches down, then you can grip the feathers and just peel them away from the breast. After you have fully exposed the breast, we're going to go in and expose the thigh meat or the legs. We're going to make an incision that runs from the top of the leg all the way down to the bottom. Once that's cut, just like the breast, we're just going to rip all of that skin and those feathers off to expose it. Once you have the leg meat exposed, you're ready to move up and start cutting out the turkey breast. It's kind of like filleting a fish, and that's why I'm using a fillet knife, because it works really well. You're just going to run your knife along the breastbone here, following the breastbone down all the way, top to bottom, all the way down to the legs, and then up to the stomach. When you get to this spot down here at the bottom of the breast, there's this small little layer of skin that separates the breast and the internal organs. Try not to cut through that into the organs, otherwise the juices will leak out and get on your meat. Up here at the top of the breast, especially if you have a bird that's been strutting a lot, there's going to be a whole bunch of fat up here. If you grab the breast, pull it back towards you, and then cut in between the little layer of fat and breast, it'll make your life a lot easier later so you don't have to go back and cut all this out. Like I said, if your bird's been strutting a lot, there's going to be a lot more fat and buildup in there. But try to get as much of it as you can, separate that fat, and then right underneath there is also your stomach. So try not to cut into the stomach. It's very thin and you just don't want that leaking out onto your meat. Up here at the top, there's going to be some tendons you have to cut through. I believe there's 3 or 4 of them. So you can go ahead and cut them out, or you can cut them right at the base and then cut them out later. Whenever I'm doing this, I'm usually trying to get the meat on ice or into the fridge as fast as I can. So I just go ahead and cut through them. And right there is the first half of your turkey breast removed. You can set that off to the side. Then what I like to do is move on to the leg on the same side of the breast that I just removed, because now I have a lot of space to work with in there. I'm going to peel that skin down, get rid of it, pull the leg out, and then I'm going to cut down at the line here. And what you're going to see is a ball joint down in there. If you press down hard enough, that ball joint will pop out where you can see it, and then all you have to do is cut through the ball joint and then through the meat on the left and right side of it, and your leg will come right out. And there is your fully removed drumstick. You can set that off to the side. And what I like to do at this point is move on to the next breast. I'm still going to continue the recording here. I'll show you how I do the other side, the other breast, the other leg, just in case you want to check it out. But really, once you know how to do one side, you know how to do the others. So I'm going to speed up the video here. I appreciate y'all tuning in. As always, we look forward to seeing you next time.